Hi everyone, I've been working on a new button throttle system for my friction drive setup, and one of the requests I've had is for the use of a path sensor rather than just the button throttle on its own. So I've been having a bit of a think about that and how I could implement that, and I thought that I probably didn't want to do it the normal way that a path system is done, whereby you have a path ring like this, which has got multiple magnets on it, which has to be attached to your crank, which spins and gives a signal to a sensor to activate the bike. These rings can be really painful to install, and they only suit a certain number of bikes. So what I really want to do is just do it with a single magnet and a single sensor. And by doing that, the accuracy is never going to be as crisp as such, but being a friction driver, it doesn't need to be as crisp as what a normal path system would be. So what I came up with was a combination of having a button throttle and also a single path sensor and a signal magnet to activate the path sensor. I wanted to have a situation where the bike still rides normally, so if I haven't activated the drive, there's no assistance as such. The button throttle is a little bit different now, so if I push the button throttle on and hold the button throttle on, the throttle will ramp up and it will stay on as long as I hold that button. And just to demonstrate that, looking at the servo, which is essentially your throttle output, if I hold the button down, the servo ramps up, or your throttle ramps up to full throttle. You take your finger off the button and it ramps back down. So you've always got essentially a boost button as such. Now, with regards to the path sensor itself, which I've got in my hand here at the moment, this is a standard path sensor. You buy them for a couple of dollars from BMS Battery and places like that. They're quite cheap to buy, so I wanted to stick with something that was commercially available to make sure that the Arduino processor would recognize this type of sensor. And just a single magnet that I've got here, and I've set it up so that I've set it up so that pedal rotation of around about 40 to 50 RPM will activate the sensor. So if I pass the magnet I should say, across the sensor a couple of times, we see it activate. When I take it away, it will turn itself off again. Now, if the magnet keeps on passing by the sensor, you can see the servo stays on all the time until I stop, and then within around about a second the servo winds back down again. So it gives you a fairly crude path control, but as I said, it doesn't need to be I don't think anyway, on a friction drive system. It doesn't have to be an instantaneous start as such. The other thing is, though, if you do need an instantaneous start, you can always push the button and the button throttle will always ramp up and give you full throttle. At this stage I'm considering having the path sensor only give you 60% throttle, and if you're looking to increase your speed or have a boost, then you just push the button to increase that to 100% throttle as you need to. The other thing also is that if you just give the button a short push, the assistance is no longer activated, and even if you're pedaling, you can see you get no activation out of that until I hold the button down for around about half a second. And now when I run the sensor across there, you'll see that we get our throttle action. So I haven't tested it on a bike yet. I've only just finished writing the software for it. I'm pretty happy with what I've come up with. Hopefully this will work okay, and I'll do some testing and I'll get back to you guys to tell you how I go. Thank you very much.